years and he gets out and sees the first iPhone. Like,
Right.
bro, can you fucking imagine he's like, check this out, nephew. You mean to tell me a bitch can send me some titties on the phone?
Man, because when he went in, all we had was Nokia with the snake game on it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I've seen niggas that went into jail like in like the mid 90s, and them niggas get out, you know what I'm saying, like the mid 2000s. You know how like much fashion and shit changes?
Right.
Bro, that is the funniest shit ever. Like my uncle, he went to jail and he came out. And the funniest thing is when the old school nigga go to jail and he come out, his nephew always hook him up with some clothes and he want to show that shit off. My uncle was like, check this out, my nephew, yeah, he got me this FUBU shirt, you know what I'm saying? These motherfucking FUBU Fat Farm shoes. And then he's like, what you got in there? I know you got some shit you don't wear no more, baby. I'm like, nah, like, I'm cool. Like, I don't have no FUBU. I hadn't had FUBU in many moons. Good sir.
And yeah, like this, I think like this last year during the pandemic has been like a prison year for all of us. You know, like everything just stopped. You know,
it really did, man. Like relationships, fucking friendships, like you, bro. Being around people is just such a fucking natural, like necessity.
Absolutely.
Like, I guess I never realized that shit until I wasn't around so many people. Like, man, I've lost a lot of friends. To be honest with you, like, I was like, oh my, me and these niggas ain't got nothing in common. Like, we really don't fuck with each other. Apparently, because if something like this can keep you away from each other, you know, I'm like, we really don't cut for each other like I thought we did.
And like during this whole thing, like I've been trying to keep very careful myself, and I'll get more into that later, but like it's, you know, I've been trying to keep up with all my friends like over the internet, text messages, Facebook, and all that to try to keep those relationships and that socialization there. But let me just say, like, man, a lot of my friends, they ain't very careful. You know, like if they were careful like me, you know what? And I'll include them in my bubble. You know what I'm saying? Right. And all of that. But man, I got friends that been going on like, oh man, this is the flu. You know, we got nothing to worry about.
They white, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah. They probably running around the Capitol with a buffalo head on and shit.
Yeah, like I mean, like to get on that topic, you know, I mean, I've noticed a pattern. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to stereotype anybody, but I've noticed a pattern, and I think that, like, you know, especially like if you look at the outgoing President Trump and his supporters and what he has encouraged with them, you know, like, you know, he made them feel invisible. He made coronavirus into a political issue, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. He made it a fucking joke.
Yeah. And like during, you know, like after the election when he lost, and up until him, you know, trying to throw a coup, like he, you know, he wasn't worried about coronavirus. He wasn't worried about testing, contact tracing,
no.
You know, any of that. And his supporters, like, man, if you look at that January 6th, like the insurrection at the Capitol, this is what gets me about this. Was like I saw a lot of my conservative friends on Facebook, and they tried to say that the ones doing the damage was Antifa.
Oh yes,
that got planted into this.
Yes,
and I'm like, wait a minute, Antifa was covering their face before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? When I saw the video of the insurrection at the Capitol, I didn't see no mask. You know what I'm saying? Like 5,000 people, 2 masks.
Yeah, because they was blatant with this shit. They're like, you see, they're gonna get a slap on the wrist. Like they beat a police officer to death with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
And this is the same blue lives that they were sworn, you know, Blue Lives Matter.
No, I saw the video. The Blue Lives Matter flag was in the background as he was
beating his ass to death.
Like it was. It's not like it was like it was like 30 feet away at the most. You know, like man, blue lives matter until they come after you. I guess you know what I'm saying.
I'll tell you why blue lives don't matter. It's because blue lives is a fucking job. Once you put in that application, you go through your training. You work at a job. Okay, I can't say L3 lives matter because I fucking work at L3, and there's a bunch of I work with 900 Vietnamese people, and guess what? It's a job, and that's all it is to it. Now that don't mean that I don't have some support for law enforcement, for the good law enforcement. The issue with me is the good cops. They have to stand out and point out the bad cops. Like you have to. Like if you don't do that, then no matter. Well, I ain't never did this, but you're still a shitty cop because you're not reporting on your cohorts that's doing the fuck shit.
I mean, I think when it comes to police or any other group, like everybody has to do some self-policing. You know, like we all got that crazy friend that want to do some shit that is not recommended. You know, and like we gotta, hold on and be like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
usually me for the record. I need a lot of fucking self-policing.
And if you are that crazy friend, make sure you get a lot of friends around you that's gonna be like, hey, bro, I would do that if I was you.
Talk me off the ledge a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of time that crazy friend is waiting on this. Like one crazy friend that I have, like we'd go to a bar and shit. Pre-pandemic, we'd take some shots. Shit, white dude, and he'd be like, hey. Dare me to punch that motherfucker in the face? No, Justin, I do not dare you to punch him in the face. Chill the fuck out. I have children at home, sir. I would like to get home. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. Like I think some of us just need to have that person be like, hey man, talk you off the ledge. Let's relax with 3 X's, please.
I mean, like you said, the law enforcement, they have an important job. I'm not an anarchist. I'm not saying we need to get rid of all of them.
Right.
And we need more good cops. But if they don't look at the historical context, you know what I'm saying? If they don't think about that, like when they beating up a black dude, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like
slavery 101.
I mean, I just, okay. When it comes to white people, right? And the word, the N-word.
You can say it.
I'll say it.
Nigger.
All right, I'll say it. I said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the longest time, I thought that there was no equivalent.
Right.
To call a white person. You know what I'm saying? We have slangs, you know what I'm saying, like cracker or honky and things like that. And I don't condone using those. But it doesn't sting like the word nigger.
No, of course not. Because you think about... Bro, whenever they were delegating racial slurs, white people got it easy. Like, I ain't never heard me that I date any ethnicity. I ain't never had somebody call me a cracker lover. And even if they did, it would, look at a tortilla lover or some shit. Like, that shit don't sting as much as hearing somebody call... Oh, look at that nigger love. Like, just the ER. The ER.
Yes.
God damn.
But
the ER will get you sent to the ER. FYI, people.
Man, especially if a motherfucker got some twisted tea in his head.
Oh, my God. That twisted... Oof.
But I finally, like I said on my drawing board, this is a long time ago and stuff, but, like, I sat there and I thought, like, what can you call white people that was... sting them like the N-word with the ER, nigger.
Nigger.
And I finally figured out what that word was.
Oh shit, let's run it.
Racist.
With the big R. And then, I'm not racist. I've had 3 black people in my house.
In the 6th grade, my best friend was black, and I didn't have no problem in that.
First and foremost, the motherfucker that cuts my lawn is Mexican. No shit, like, no fucking shit. Most of them are.
Like that is the word that stings them, like the
Racist.
N word.
Oh my God.
Stings
You
us.
are absolutely right, boy. I love this. Oh my God. A white person's face when you call them racist. Well, I never. Oh my God, that is fucking hilarious. Yes, you are absolutely right. Racist. So, this day forth, racist is the equivalent to nigger.
Right. You know, like, look at them racists over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at them racists doing racist ass shit.
Look at them.
Be like, man, that's a group of like 6-year-olds on the playground. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they're racist.
No, look at them racists over there playing freeze tag. Little racist. Fucking racists over there playing ultimate frisbee.
Man, no.
Kidding.
We all love here, you know, all love. We not hating on anybody because of the color of their skin or anything. But if that is the worst thing you could be called as a white person, you think you might take some precautions.
I mean, yeah. Thank you. Absolutely. Just like even outside of the black community, like the Hispanic community, they get called beaners and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you're right, man. White people got it good. Like they hey, that's white privilege. When the worst thing you can be called is a racist. So there's your definition of there's one example of white privilege. But and also being able to storm the Capitol and not get only one person gets shot. And,
One.
And I don't feel bad I feel bad for a loss of life, but at the same time, you did storm the Capitol.
I saw some things about the lady who who got killed, and when I saw that she was an Air Force veteran. I saw that she owned a business, and because of the pandemic, she had to take out a loan of 169% interest.
Oh, she wanted to die there.
Like, she was a desperate person, but she looked to Trump to be her savior, and I know that some people may not realize that there are still some Trump supporters out there holding on, but I think that y'all will come to find out that he wasn't for y'all. He was just for himself.
Yeah, he's always been for self. I think like I'm really confused on how what I realize is that it's not even Democratic Republican Party anymore. It was Democratic, Republican, and Trump supporters.
Yes.
Like Republicans really wasn't fucking with Trump, to be perfectly honest with you. The way he disrespected John McCain,
Right.
Fucking just American through and through.
Yes.
He waited till the man was dead and called him all kind of, motherfucker got caught behind enemy lines and shit. Boy, if John McCain was alive when he would have whooped the shit out of Trump.
Yeah, I mean, John McCain went to Vietnam, and Trump had bone spurs, you know? So, I mean, like, I but the thing about Trump, like, I get it, though. Like, his supporters was looking for a change. Things haven't been great for everybody. They're getting scared. I get that they were looking for that, but I feel like they picked out a false hero. Like they picked out. To me, Trump is like a stripper.
No.
To old white people. You know what I'm saying? That watch Fox News. Right? You know what I'm saying? He tell you what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like he make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the night, he not gonna give you what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I feel.
Hey baby, you having a good time in America? Come here often?
I think that he made them feel good, and they were just these people, especially poor white people who have been neglected in every movement. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, we forget about the poor white people.
They just want to belong.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and they were just glad somebody was there to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I know
saying?
it's
Pay
like
them some attention. Like,
motherfuckers in Kentucky living in shacks. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, goddamn Trump.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, this billionaire cares about me. You know what I'm saying?
Trump wouldn't fucking spit on them if they were on fire.
Man, like, you think any of Trump's friends look like his supporters? You know what I'm saying?
And then, this nigga, I'm sorry, this racist goes and bails out this nigga, Lil Wayne, which was egregious.
And Kodak Black.
And fucking Kodak Black. First and foremost, look, I don't think Kodak Black's music is good enough for him to get. Like, you could have left him there for all of it. I don't care. Lil Wayne, he's hit or miss with me. But that shit is, Lil Wayne, he like straight up cooner you with that shit.
Nah, you know what? I gotta say something, man. Because I have always, I have been the biggest Lil Wayne fan since like 2002. You know, I remember hearing his verse on Project Bitch. You know what I'm saying, with Manny Fresh and Juvenile. You know,
that was early, like Hot Boys Wayne.
Yeah,
we were kids though, so when we saw this little kid,
he was
rapping
our
about,
age.
I was like 15. I was like, this nigga's 15, and he's rapping about bitches and hoes and shit. I was like, oh shit, mom, I want to be a rapper, mom, nigga. If you don't,
man, like you can, like once I heard him say, I like the ones who wobble it and they speak of it, I was like, what?
Pop it up in the smile of it.
Oh man. I was like, man, this man gonna be something. And so I was telling niggas that Lil Wayne was the greatest rapper alive before he was. And I felt like me and Lil Wayne would have both been the same person, just he happened to be born in New Orleans and I was born in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know, like if we had switched places and stuff, and I was, you know, in New Orleans, in the ghetto and stuff, man, we would have been the same person. But when I saw him start, like you said, with the coonery, pandering, you know, I don't know. A lot of people say like you shouldn't use the word coon, but
no, fuck that. There is. You can be like everybody has their own political opinion, which is perfectly fine with me.
Yeah.
But you remember them two bitches that was with Trump, them two black ladies?
Diamond
and Silk.
Yeah.
Listen to them hoes' name, first and foremost. Them bitches, that was coonery at its fucking finest. Like, not to take it off Lil Wayne, but that shit right there is the definition of coonery. Wow. Them two bitches, them panda trash can bitches, going through people's garbage at nighttime, yes, they were fucking coons.
No. I think the best example of somebody who you would call a coon is Candace Owens.
Candace Owens is number one. I apologize. Yes. They're all in the same family tree. So,
like, man, Candace Owens, like, I remember when the George Floyd incident happened and stuff, and everybody looked at it and was like, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't, you know, step on a nigga's neck for almost 9 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sounds like a little too far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I can't figure out, like, why he was on that man's neck for so long. Like, what was he waiting to happen? You know what I'm saying? When the paramedics had to be the one to take him off, like...
Yeah, you're gonna kill him. Like, it's been 10 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you... Like, aren't you supposed to... Like, if you're trying to put down somebody, trying to handcuff them, get them in the police car, you know, drive off with them, you know... I mean, it's a $20 bill. Like, it's not like he stormed the Capitol or anything.
Like, yeah, it's not like he's fucking got Nancy Pelosi's email, you know, laptop and shit. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not anything like that.
But you know what? That's typical. Though. Here's the thing, though. Like, counterfeit money is typical hood shit. Mm-hmm. So that's how they letting us know where the fuck we stand. Because if you can get killed for a counterfeit $20 bill, then they're gonna fucking kill you for absolutely anything that they can and get away with it. Because
are not worth $20.
They should not police. I'm not saying they shouldn't police our communities, but we need more people from our communities to police these communities.
You know, there has to be like for me, I think that the solution would be like some outside, maybe like some outside entity, that is comprised of, civilians who have an interest in how safe their community is, had some oversight over the police community for when these things happen, because in the years that we've had Trump, what I've realized, like I said, poor white people are anxious, and they are for a good reason.
Absolutely.
They have been let down by their Republican politicians for a long time. A lot of Republicans always like to try to say, like, oh, look at the Democratic cities like Chicago and what's going on in there. But look at the Republican states like Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? And Arkansas and the South, and the things that still go on and continue. One of the poorest counties in America votes 86% Republican, and they have been the poorest for the longest. And I think it's Owsley, Kentucky. I might have that.
I think you're right. It's Kentucky,
but it's in Kentucky. And so they've been let down, but just like the lady in the Air Force getting that 169% loan.
Oh, that's nuts.
She's blaming the wrong person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Biden didn't give her that loan.
Until like Joe Biden was sitting over there, like, nigga, what you need? Now I'm gonna give you this money, but at 169.
I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, I know, like, right now, it's I don't know what to expect from Trump supporters, because, like, their leader just got kicked out the White House and banned from Twitter. So I don't know where they organizing. All their platforms are getting taken away. They try to go to Parler.
I heard Parler's getting shut down.
Yeah, Parler got shut down. Yeah, like Amazon decided they weren't hosting it before, but before that, Apple and Google wasn't letting nobody, download it anymore. I mean, a lot of people are anxious over big tech and things, but
where will you take your hate speech now? Is the question.
I mean, I think that when it comes down to it, like, I know when I got my first violation, I kind of got upset because I realized that the reason I don't see like the word nigger on Facebook all the time is because they'll delete that post real quick.
Yeah. Yep.
And I mean, Facebook's trying to build a community where everybody can go on there and not see some ugly things. Man, I went in Parler and I was like, man, some shit finna go down. Like, I want to always make sure I know what crazy white people are up to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. I'm always gonna be on the balls of my feet.
Yeah, you better.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you never know when they storm the Capitol. Like, what if you're in fucking self-checkout at Walmart?
Yeah.
They fucking, they be shooting Walmarts up.
Right.
So, I mean, like, yeah, shit.
And what I noticed, like, I went in there, like one day I went to go look on Parler because when Trump came in, he promised to drain the swamp, right? When Trump came in, he promised to drain the swamp. And then next thing you know, he's going around, he's giving pardons to people like Steve Bannon, who, it's like, who stole a lot of money from Trump supporters. He's pardoning people that was the swamp. And so I went in the Parler and I looked up pardon. And what I saw quickly was somebody that said, man, this guy said, man, I'll solve a lot of our country's problems if Trump will give me a pardon.
Yeah.
And so, like, this dude is basically saying, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'll kill all the Democratic leaders.
Yeah. So Trump pretty much created a Republican suicide squad.
Exactly.
By pardon.
Exactly. Yeah. And, I mean, and I think that that's evident when you see January 6th. Like I said, none of these motherfuckers were wearing masks. If there's any time, a good time, to wear a mask is while you committing a crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me give y'all some tips. You know what I'm saying?
My
But,
man was shirtless with his face painted and a buffalo head on.
like, bro, we gonna find you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
there's not very many people walking around like that. Like, I was like, is this nigga a Bills fan?
no,
is he the Bills Mafia?
Like the Bills.
Like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, I thought that was Photoshop. I thought that was fake. I was like, there's no way this dude is really doing that shit. Nah, bro, that shit was real.
Yeah, he got on the congressional floor and he stood there.
Chest out.
Yes. Like, hey.
Furry vest.
You know what? Now I rule the United States. Yeah. You know?
Fuck you, niggers. I'm here.
Like, bro, like, y'all could wear a mask or something. But, man, like a lot of these people, you know, there's that real estate agent out there in Frisco.
Yeah.
You know, that she's getting, they're coming after her.
Right.
And, you know, she was asking Trump for a pardon. And, come on, man. Like, all y'all Trump supporters, y'all not mad that he pardoned Kodak Black before he pardoned y'all?
That nigga pardoned. And then the thing about it was, them two niggas ain't even like the best looking of our race. He pardoned two of the ugliest niggas ever. Like, that should really fucking...
Man, like, Kodak Black got a song where, like, he's, like, choking a Trump supporter on the music video. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pull up in the demon on guard. Yeah, trash ass nigga. But yeah, they eat... I don't know. Well, anyway, we, like, got away from Wayne. Like, and that's why I like doing this shit, because I feel like that I'm somewhat ADD, and I go down a fucking wormhole of shit, and then I'm just going, and I'm just fucking going. But as far as Lil Wayne goes, so it was reported that he sold his music catalog for $100 million. Now, I want y'all to hear me. He sold Lil Wayne's music catalog, The Block is Hot, 500 Degrees, The Carters 1 through 5 for $100 million. I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan. You're a big Lil Wayne fan.
I was. What?
Or
what?
you were a Lil Wayne fan.
Yeah.
He does it make sense now that he sold it for so cheap? $100 million for what's considered classic work? I
mean, times is tough.
Times is tough. And then, like, buying pardons, you know, you probably need to. He bought the pardon. Let's call a fucking spade a spade. He bought the pardon. But now I'm to hear that he sold not only his shit, but Drake's Young Money shit, Nicki Minaj's Young Money shit.
What?
Because him being, like, they didn't own their catalog.
Wow.
So if I'm Drake, me and Lil Wayne got to fucking square up.
Yeah.
Like, but we see why he did it now. Like, he bought his fucking pardon.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when Lil Wayne, like, who had always, you know, understand like the struggles of the black man, for him to all of a sudden he's starting to support Trump, and he's starting to, you know, disavow the Black Lives Matter movement, even though, like, he was one of the first people to endorse it. Like, when I start seeing this, and when I start seeing him support Trump, I was like, I was really upset with him. I was like, man, if the Carter 5 wasn't so good. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you know, you put people on there. You got XXXTentacion. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick Lamar. Like, I can't not listen to it.
It's kind of, I call it the R. Kelly syndrome, because you're like, God damn, that's a talented child molester. Like, God damn, like I don't want to fucking. I don't want to listen to this nigga, but you'll catch yourself, like, if you fucking, you know, if you're at Walgreens and I Believe I Can Fly come on, and you'll be like, I believe I can fly, and it just catches you, like, it's
it is like that. It is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the artist and not the art.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
can you separate?
Michael Jackson, look, he ain't never got convicted. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's leave that man alone.
I'll be 100% with you. I think that Michael Jackson was, I think that he was fucking with them boys. I think Michael Jackson was gay. But I think he was fucking with boys when they turned of age. I don't think that he was necessarily fucking with them while they were kids.
I mean, Michael Jackson, like, there's something, his sexuality was, very in question, and you didn't see him in a lot of relationships, and, until, like, he would get married. And I'm still not even quite sure, like, how his kids or any of that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
them niggas is white.
Like, I mean, do bleach, like, like, do that pass down genetically?
Okay, we will get back to Lil Wayne, I promise. But we're in this fucking wormhole now, so here we go. Now, having said that, his son looks like him after the bleaching shit.
Yeah.
So I believe that them kids was created in a fucking lab to look like white Michael Jackson. Because his son fucking looks like him. Like, as the nose job and all that shit. His son, to me, looks like that. And I'm a firm believer that, look, no matter if you change your inside or not, Michael Jackson's nigga dick, fuck that white woman. I have 2 mixed children. I know what mixed kids look like, okay? They don't look like Michael Jackson kids. Straight up and down.
I've always believed that there was some questions, but I think that the last HBO special that they did, trying to follow up on the surviving R. Kelly hype and things like that. I think that there is some discrepancies, and I'm surprised nobody did a debunked episode to that.
They should.
And
apparently one of them niggas he was fucking was one of the dudes off of You Got Served, like one of the white boys that was like I started researching shit like that, and I was like, oh yeah, Mike was tearing his ass up.
I guess, like I'm saying, like I don't know if Michael Jackson's guilty. I don't know if he's innocent, but Thriller was a good album.
Hey, you made Thriller, man.
Like
Thriller.
Like, come on.
See, and that's another episode as far as can you separate the art
from the art.
Yeah. So Lil Wayne.
But that's what I was gonna say. It made me feel better when he got a pardon. You know what I'm saying? Because since he was facing 10 years in prison, like, it made me feel, okay, he was just doing all this just to get a pardon. Like, it made me feel a whole lot better. Like, maybe, because at first I was thinking, like, he was sipping too much syrup. You know what I'm saying? And thought he came out white or something. You know what I mean?
But so here's my question. Like, all bullshit joking aside, can you pardon somebody that hasn't been tried yet? His trial was delayed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was really confused about that.
Yeah, as long as, as long as it's a federal case, the president can, do whatever, pardon, or he can commute. And, what else was really crazy to me was when I was actually up that night because I was ready to see, like, Trump's list of pardons. And I kept refreshing the White House page. And I scroll down and I see Kodak Black. And, like, on every pardon, Trump wrote out, like, who he listened to get that pardon. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, he sit there and he says, like, man, on the recommendation of Gucci Man, Lil Yachty, Lil Pump, and Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. This is word for word what this man put. Like, that's who he decided that he gonna,
So he listened to a bunch of niggas to pardon a nigga.
No, I mean, it made me want to listen, like, it made me think that Trump playlist might be a little bit better than we thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, is he banned from Spotify?
That Trump playlist might be fire.
Yeah.
Like, all bullshitting aside. If I fucking go to Trump's playlist and Griselda's on that bitch, if I hear Trump's like, I told Pence right brick on my brick. then we might have to do this recount shit that he's talking about. Because I doubt Joe Biden shit is fire like that.
Nah, Joe Biden, he got a boring, like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey there, good looking. What you got cooking?
Man, like, he got stuff on there. It's like from like 1945 on this playlist.
Joe Biden in the White House listening to Nat King Cole and shit.
Yeah.
That Negro right there has all the jazz. Relax, Joseph. So Kodak Black got pardoned, but he still has like a rape case from the state. So federally he got pardoned, but he's not pardoned from that rape case.
Wait, you saying Trump pardoned a rapist? Like, I thought, no, I'm just saying, like, QAnon told me, like, he was supposed to be going after all these predators and stuff, so I'm confused, you know?
These views are solely of Carveth. Roger Gibbons had nothing to do with these views of Trump being and or a rapist. No, he fucking pardoned. Yes, he did. Trump's grabbing pussies, you know.
I mean, okay, hold on. Okay, let me not put that. Because like Kodak Black hasn't
been charged.
He hasn't had his chance in court.
An accused rapist.
No, an accused rapist. Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize, Kodak. Don't sue me and stuff. Like man, I like your. I listen to your stuff too. Not as much as Lil Wayne, but
Kodak.
What?
Kodak looks slightly retarded. Like, I'm not gonna I can't even hold you. Like, I'm sorry, special needs. He looks very crack babyish.
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, to me, he looks like a pickaninny. You know what I'm saying?
He does. He looks. Oh like, my god, bro! I'll never forget the first time I heard what a pickaninny is. That nigga looks just like that fucking pickaninny doll. Oh yeah. My god.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
White people, Google pickaninny, and then y'all tell me if you look like Kodak.
Yeah, but don't heads up. Don't use this word.
Don't use the word.
Don't use this word. But don't excite your black friends like, hey, I learned a new word, pickaninny. No.
What up, my pickaninny? No, don't do that.
Don't. But you can look up and see what it is.
Oh my god, that is Kodak Black. I can't believe I never picked that up.
Yeah. No, he looks just like. Hey, don't get me wrong. You know, the 16-year-old Carveth. You know what I'm saying? I plaited my hair. You know what I'm saying? I had it in the balls and stuff. Looked just like that. But while I was growing it out to, grow braids. You know what I'm saying? Like how you gonna have like that same hairstyle all this time? Like, bro, you supposed to get like some braids or something by now, bro.
At 16, like Allen Iverson was like hot, like that was the nigga.
Absolutely.
So you already know, shit. I had the braids, had that big ass white T-shirt on. Yeah. Oh, bro, we'll have a retro episode. We'll have a throwback episode.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Wayne, Kodak, congrats, and I really don't have no more to say about that. Apparently there was a UFC fight last night and a man got murdered.
Man.
Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. UFC 257 or some shit. I don't know how they number these
numbers.
I don't know how they number them. Like there has to be more than 257 UFCs.
No, I remember like my uncle like let me borrow UFC 2 on VHS.
When them niggas was fighting in blue jeans.
With Hoist Gracie.
No gloves.
And stuff, man. I had to play that on my VHS player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
on VCR and stuff. I remember when it was at 2.
That shit was real too, because they didn't have any weight classes. No. And like one dude would be in like a gi. Yeah. And another nigga would be in blue jeans and a tucked in wife beater. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, bro, this shit is real life.
They didn't have no rules back then.
Bro, they were elbowing in the top of the head, all biting, like groin strikes, like all kinds of shit. Bro, that shit is crazy. And that shit was invented by white people.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, I can't speak for the whole black community and stuff, but we necessarily don't need them levels of excitement in our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. We have a hard enough time. Like, it's exciting enough getting pulled over by the cops.
Oh, no.
Oh, will they get a ticket? Will they get shot?
Man.
Stay tuned to Instagram Live.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like, let me text my mama I love her.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're not going to get back on that. Anyway, so Conor got his face knocked off. I didn't see that coming. I thought he would get submitted. I thought Dustin would win. I don't have much on it.
Man, to me, like, it looked like Conor McGregor was in control and just feeling confident. He had Dustin on his heels until next thing you know, they switched positions, and those leg kicks, it took Conor's leg out, and he was done from there. You know, you can't fight on one leg.
Yeah. Man, those leg kicks are nasty. Like, bro, like, their legs be red and bruised up and shit, man. That is fucking, like, yeah. I don't see how, like, don't kick me in my fucking leg. All right, punch me in the jaw. Okay, I think I'll be okay. Don't kick me in my fucking leg.
Yeah.
Continuously.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, man. I think this is as close to gladiator fights as we would, possibly ever get.
Yeah, I think that's true too.
But I mean, this doesn't. I don't think that this takes away from Conor's greatness. I mean, he's done a lot of good shit in UFC. For a while, he probably was the, spokesperson for the UFC after John Jones kept snorting coke.
Absolutely.
So, like I say, there'll be a third fight, I'm sure, because it'll be a trilogy fight, and
absolutely.
If he loses this one, then he'll just go to WWE and fucking wrestle.
But yeah, I think though, like with Conor, like if he he needs to get some more conditioning in. You know what I mean? Like he quits, and he comes back. He doesn't have that conditioning in, and I think he might. We need to see if he can get in the groove and win the next fight.
He's living. I mean, he just got all that money from the Mayweather fight, so like hell, if I was him, I'd probably take maybe a fight a year. Like I don't think he has a vested interest in UFC anymore. To be perfectly honest with you, it's like, to be real, UFC isn't what it was.
I don't know, because it's not, but like they were one of the first sports to come back during the pandemic. Like when nobody else has anything to watch. So, I'm not quite sure, because the future of sports is kind of crazy right now with no audiences and all having to test for COVID. Next thing you know, somebody get pulled out the day before. Des Bryant get pulled out like in the middle of the field, like after he came out. Like,
like I'm gonna list off some fighters like from whenever I first started watching UFC, and I'll show you how close everybody was as far as there never was just one dominant person. Okay, I'm gonna go light heavyweight because that was my favorite.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna go Rampage Jackson.
Okay. Yeah.
Rashard Lewis.
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
Tito Ortiz.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva.
Yes.
The Japanese dude, Brazilian Japanese dude, Lyoto Machida.
Okay, you know what? Now I'm thinking you are right. Like UFC has kind of fell off. Now that you,
there was a lot. Like there was never a clear, just dominant fucking force until like you go to middleweight and shit when GSP was just running through shit.
Yeah.
Like even heavyweight was still, Andre Arlovsky, Tim Sylvia, Randy Couture, who was also a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like, there's no marquee. Like, there was a lot of marquee matchups now. A lot of these niggas, I don't know who the fuck they are.
Man.
Terrence Jefferson versus Diego Maega. Like, I don't know. That's a main event. I don't know who these niggas is. I've never heard of them.
Yeah. I always think that it's always bad for like a series or a sport or something, like when you start when there's so many of them, you can't keep up with it anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just too it's watered down, I think. And then also like you say, like there's so many fighters now like back then, you know, the ones I mentioned were usually just the ones. You know what I'm saying? They weren't giving title shots to just anybody. You know, now like all kinds of motherfuckers are getting title shots.
No.
Now, granted, I'm not talking shit because I don't want to get choked out by one of you motherfuckers. So,
No,
just saying,
like absolutely.
like, you know, just from my point of view, good sirs.
Man, like you see those YouTube videos, like where people get confronted by their tweets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By the championship boxer that they were talking about.
God.
You know, all of a sudden, like, you know, tone change and whatnot. You know?
Oh yeah, and I'm that person. My tone has changed. I don't want none of the smoke at all. At all. Let's see. Lil Wayne, Kodak getting pardoned. Storming the Capitol. We're a little out of order. We didn't talk about the inauguration.
You know, well, we didn't. You know, we didn't. And I mean, like that. I mean, that is a big recent development. Like, that man has only been in office for 4 days. And you know, like, what I was looking for was, man, like, they had all those troops in the Capitol. You know, I was like, man, are we going to go to war or something? Are these Trump supporters going to make a last stand or something? Nobody knew what it came, but, man, like, I'm so glad for the change of presidents. I could watch White House press conferences and not want to bash my head on the table.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm not saying like Joe's my guy or whatchamacallit. 4 days, I can't analyze him.
Right.
But I can tell you he's a lot better than the last one.
My thing is, like, hearing other people talk, like, Trump just sounded fucking stupid. like he's not a good speaker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just, even like...
No, you're absolutely right. Like, they have made videos or, you know, or sound clips where they say what Trump says, but without his mannerisms,
right,
and without his things. And so, like, you just have some guy like, oh, everything's going to be huge, terrific,
really, really huge.
You know, windmill cancer. Like, and when you hear it like that, like it doesn't sound like coherent thought, you know. And I think that should be like the bare minimum to be president, you know.
You have to be fucking coherent.
Yeah, like, let me understand what you're saying, or tell the truth once in a while, or, you know.
I would be okay if somebody asked the president something and they'd be like, look, I don't know yet.
Right.
I hadn't thought that far ahead. Like,
right.
Give me, you know, hit me back up Tuesday. I'll let you know what I find out.
Right.
Like, instead of just, like, using really, really, you know, in front of a fucking adjective all the time, really, really, really huge.
You know,
okay, guys. Fucking loser ass nigga.
Man, it's so crazy how this country has been so divided. You know, to see Joe Biden painted as a socialist,
a child molester. Like, I've been seeing all kinds of shit people post. Hey, social media will fucking point out a racist motherfucker or in the heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
And like, I keep seeing Joe Biden being accused of like sniffing girls and all this other shit. Like, which is, if true, which is fucking disgusting and terrible. But we just got a guy out of the White House that was like accused of rape about like 175 times. But y'all were okay with it. Like, I don't get it. Like, what's, you know what I'm saying? Where do you draw the line at?
You know, I think that one of the things that a lot of people don't understand about racism is that, like, some of the most subtle points of it is about where you give the benefit of the doubt to,
right,
and who you give it to.
Right.
And so, you know, when you talk about racism, you know, if you're a young black male, you know, you don't tend to get the benefit of the doubt so much. But with Trump, he always got the benefit of the doubt.
Always.
he always got the benefit of the doubt.
My nigga was fucking recorded saying, "Oh, sometimes you just gotta grab him by the pussy." Oh, that's just locker room talk. I've been in many of locker rooms, sir. I ain't never been up. Hey, Dre, you grabbed that girl by her pussy last night?
No,
Yeah.
like we supposed to be playing sports here,
Yeah,
bro.
Hey, my nigga, good catch. You want to go pussy grabbing later? Like, what the fuck? Like, I've never heard that ever in a locker room. You know what I mean?
No, I've never heard grabbing by the pussy before Trump. Like,
no.
Like, that doesn't... I've never heard any woman, like, grab me by the pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Grab my pussy.
Like, that's not what you're supposed to do with it. It's a lot of things you could do with pussy, but just grabbing it, just...
If I was about to have sex and the girl was like, hey, grab me by my pussy, I would grab my car keys. Like, you, madam, are a heathen, and I have to go home. I have a daughter I have to go home to. Thank you. Grab me by the pussy.
But like I said, like, you know, like a lot of things, like with racism is you know, about one certain group always getting the benefit of the doubt and the other group not. And with Trump, he really got the benefit of the doubt because let's say if I had a friend and he was accused of being a rapist and he said, you know what? That lady is lying. And so then this lady decides to sue him for libel and slander. All right. And a judge orders, this lady claims that she has a dress, you know, that has some DNA fluids on it. If my friend was to go get the Justice Department to try and get him out of having that dress DNA tested from 1998, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was starting to think my friend did something.
Hell yeah.
You know? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, what's the chances of somebody having some DNA from 1998 unless you really did something? You know what I'm saying?
Like, 1998, I was in 8th grade. So I remember going to the middle school dances and to all the girls that I danced with at the dance and I was grinding and shit, you probably have some of my fucking DNA on those CK1 jeans. I'm just gonna put it out there. You probably, we were grinding like a motherfucker to fucking Freak Nasty or whatever, and you probably have DNA. So, cum on the dress don't mean shit to me. I'm sorry.
But if you over here saying you ain't never met a girl and it turned out y'all was grinding on that floor.
Grinding my ass off. I was the king of grinding in 8th grade.
Well, shoot, that's when, remember when Cash Money put it down for the 99 in the 2000s?
My son was born in 2000, so yes, I remember. I told my son, I was like, guess what? Your mama was giving me that ass for 99 2000. That's why you're here, sir.
Man.
Gross. I hate her. Anyway. But yeah, so, who picks who sings the songs and shit for like the inauguration?
You know, I'm not quite sure. You wondering about that J-Lo, huh?
Is it time to just like retire J-Lo as far as a singer goes?
You know, you know, the thing is, like me and my homeboys, we have this argument, you know, about J-Lo and things, and she's not Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? She's not Mariah Carey. She doesn't have that range and things. She wouldn't be my first choice for a national anthem. You know, she can you know, sing a little bit on a catchy beat.
She's a pop star.
But you know, the worst part of it was my friend told me, my friend Corey, he would tell me like, man, J-Lo can't sing. And I was like, you know what? She dancing the whole time. She doing it. You know, it's hard to dance and sing at the same time.
She's definitely more of an entertainer than a vocalist.
Yeah, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like unless you Usher, you know what I'm saying? Like dancing and singing, or Chris Brown, that's a hard thing. And then she stood still and sung that national anthem. And I was like, oh man, I gotta tell this nigga he was right.
Thanks, J-Lo, for proving me wrong, bitch. I appreciate it.
Man, I had your back. Like, don't do me like that.
Lady Gaga can fucking sing.
Why didn't they?
Like, be real. Like, Lady Gaga's fucking weird. Lady Gaga can sing.
She's a very great singer.
Like, she went to Juilliard and shit like that.
Oh.
So I'm like, fucking Jenny from the Block singing the national anthem.
Yeah, I'm not. Man, they should I mean, even Garth Brooks, like, what, you know?
That nigga Garth Brooks showed up in some Wranglers.
Man, hey, he stayed true to his roots. He showed up in boots.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I saw that picture of Garth Brooks, bro. I fucking cried. I was like, my boy Garth said he don't give a fuck who it is, but.
Man, you know, the first time I heard France in Low Places, and he said, you know, blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots.
Yep.
I thought he said to ruin your black guy affair. I thought he said that. I misunderstood him and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But the song was still catchy.
You gotta separate the artist
from the art.
Them Garth. Bro, Lady Gaga was dressed like she was representing District 9 on fucking That did bother me a little bit. I was like, oh, here the fuck we go.
Oh, man.
But
you know what, though? Like, for Lady Gaga, that was actually
normal, right?
Yeah, like... That was the most normal shit I've ever seen her dress up.
I was expecting this bitch to come out with like a chandelier for a hat and a fucking jetpack and like all kinds of weird shit.
Man, but I don't think we could talk about the inauguration without talking about Amanda Gorman. You know? Like, I mean, she came out there at 22 years old and she gave one of the most beautiful poems ever. You know, and it just made you feel and gave you hope that a new time is coming, that we have, that we have people out there. She said she's going to run in 2036 and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be first in line to vote for her, you know. And, like, I mean, her poem was just beautiful. I think that it shows the spirit. I mean, well, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe Biden didn't get elected because we wanted Joe Biden. You know? Like, you know, we needed to get rid of Trump. And, you know, to those on the conservative side and things like that, like, I know you think we hate Trump, you know, but he was just objectively a bad president.
It's just a bad person, period. Like,
yeah. Like, and that's what I always wonder. Like, if you had, like, I wish, like, you know, Trump supporters, like, do y'all not realize that y'all president is somebody you would not be friends with? You know what I'm saying? He's grabbing your wife by the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Always borrowing money, not paying it back. You know what I'm saying?
Calling people niggers. Like, all kinds of shit.
I've been waiting for that N-word tape for
4
years.
You're telling me that, Nick, we got Hulk Hogan on tape calling people niggers. Like, and nobody can fucking give me a Trump nigger tape?
Like, come on. Like, somebody out there y'all recording
Snoop!
The Apprentice for so long. I know in them outtakes or something. Like, somebody had to edit out the nigger tape. Like,
get this nigger out of here.
Like, can we please get the nigger tape before the impeachment trial? You know what I'm saying? Like, before, like, you know, so that we can be like, you know what? He's a racist.
I know this racist said nigger. I know Trump has said nigger. Like, come the fuck on. I've done heard so many nigger tapes. I think Alec Baldwin called his daughter a nigger. Like,
right.
come on.
Everybody got a nigger tape. You know what I'm saying?
Hulk Hogan was calling niggas.
Like, in the WWE, where he was surrounded by them. You know what I'm saying?
His best friend was a junkyard dog.
You know? So,
come the fuck on.
Like, please, like, whoever out there who's holding on to this, like, admit at this point, like, you know what? Trump just needs to go retire, live his life, stay off of the internet. You know what I'm saying? They try to salvage his marriage. You know what I mean? Like, or you can go back to fucking porn stars for all I care. I don't care. Just go on with your life. Don't worry. I mean, I'd like to see him run in 2024.
I'm like, social media won't be the same since he's gone. Like, I miss the laughs. Like, I would laugh at the shit he would say and do. But Amanda Gorman, out of all the things, like the immaturity in me, like the poem was beautiful. But I was in my head, I was thinking, I was like, whoever her boyfriend is going to have the hardest time formulating arguments against her.
I feel sorry for that nigga.
That nigga is done.
You know, like before he even tried to, like, you know what? Well, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
She's too good with words. You're not gonna win any. It's already hard to win an argument with a lady in the first place. You know, like
it's hard, but I'm stubborn and I'll fucking argue it to the death. To the death. Ladies, do you hear me?
Shoot, man.
But Kamala or Kamala, however like y'all wanna, pronounce it. So I'm gonna be serious and transparent on this one. So afterwards, me and my daughter, we laid in bed, we were talking, whatever. We're laying in bed watching Cobra Kai or some shit on Netflix.
Oh, I love this Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
And
season 3 was
goddamn Kreese. Goddamn you, John Kreese. Anyway, so I was explaining to her, I was like, well, it was the night before the inauguration. I was like, tonight is the last night that you will go to sleep and not have a black woman as vice president. I was like, on so many levels, this is important to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not only do you have a woman, you have a woman of color, in the White House, and she's not fucking cleaning up. Yeah. She's not Forrest Whitaker from The Butler. Yeah. She's halfway running the country.
Absolutely.
And my mother she didn't live to see Obama. Like a lot of people didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know, my mom was born in 1952. Yeah. So chances are she probably thought that she would never see a black president anyway, or that America would ever see a black president. Yeah. To see this black vice president means the world to me.
You know what I like to bring down like the significance. To put it in perspective. In 2004, Chris Rock released a movie called Head of State, where he became a black president, and like the whole idea of it was a comedy, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like it was as this thing of like, oh man, wouldn't it be funny if there was a black president? Like in 2004, like the idea of a black president was still a joke.
It's a fucking joke.
And then to see it 4 years later happen, and then to see, a black and Indian woman, make it to the vice presidency, it really does come around. Like, I don't care like what side of the political fence that you're on,
right?
To recognize, that ladies, like, y'all have came a long way. You've only had the right to vote for barely 100 years, and like, there's still a lot of progress to be made, because, let's say 2016, you know what I'm saying, I would have preferred that the lady had won, you know what I mean?
Oh, kill her. I'm just joking. I don't know if she killed the people or not. I would definitely prefer somebody with political experience than a nigga that had a reality show.
Absolutely.
Like, to be honest with you. Like, how the fuck would you feel if fucking Joe Rogan came out and was like, I'm Joe Rogan, this is Fear Factor, and I'm the president of the United States?
Man, like,
that's how I felt.
Scared.
I was like, ugh.
Like, bro, do you know how to do this? You know what I'm saying? You got any experience and stuff? They got classes or something.
He'd be making fucking policies like, all right, who can eat this whole tank of worms? Whoever went, and then that's the policy we're going to go to. I'm like, fuck.
All right, Israel, Palestine. All right, what we're gonna have to you to do?
Come on, Russia.
You're gonna have to get in this pit of snakes.
Yeah.
Whoever comes out first, that's who we're supporting.
On this plate is 2 pounds of elk penis. Like,
no, I mean, like, it will always be confusing to me because, like I said, I feel that Trump was more talk than substance, and that's something that I've always valued in my life is people who have substance, people who are real, people who will tell you the truth, whether it's good and bad.
right.
You know, people who could take a loss graciously. You know what I'm saying?
And not start a riot at the Capitol.
I mean, for real, like it's just, you know, Trump had it. You know, a lot of people think that we hate Trump, but Trump had no traits or anything, and to me, it just seemed like his reality TV persona as a successful businessman, which we all know reality TV is fake, but we still voted for him.
Look, Macaulay Culkin played Richie Rich, and he was like the richest nigga on earth. That didn't mean that I really thought Macaulay Culkin was really this successful, rich businessman.
It's just, you know, it's TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, why Drake say it's only on camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, you know, Trump has been somebody that my life I've always known about because I mean, he's the only person I ever know that bankrupted a casino. I thought the Houseboys wins. You know,
I didn't even know white people could own casinos. I thought only Indian people. Man, I'm dead ass serious. Like, I was like, wait, this nigga is like for real?
Well, that's because we're in Texas and like we have to go to Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I'm for real. I was like, what the fuck?
They can own them.
I guess what, Atlantic City and shit.
Yeah,
huh?
they can own them in New Jersey and in Nevada.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, damn. Yeah, fucking Nevada, the fucking mob runs that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So
Viva Las Vegas.
Man, I love Casino. Bye.
Casino. Oh, De Niro. Get out of here.
Joe Pesci. Yeah.
Oh, fucking Joe Pesci is the greatest.
Man.
Got a few minutes left. I just want to touch on some shit right quick. Shit that we didn't get to today.
Okay.
We'll definitely get to next week. You
Sure.
cool with that?
Sure.
And so since we're on air, I'm gonna ask you now to be a mainstay.
Okay.
So I can go ahead and change this shit to the re-education of Rod Givens with Carveth Rawlins and Joseph Aji.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm down.
good. I'm good. That makes me happy.
Already.
So shit we're gonna touch on next week. James Harden and the Nets. Kim and Kanye divorcing. Is Jay-Z too sensitive to be on
Social media.
Which, you know, Funk Master Flex says yes. So
Yes.
And unnecessary sequels, which I want to touch on unnecessary sequels today.
Okay.
Why the fuck are they making Coming to America 2 75 years later?
Well, see, what happened is the movie industry has ran out of ideas about 15 years ago. So every movie either has to be a sequel, a remake, a prequel, based on a book, or, you know what I'm saying? Or based on a comic book. You know, if you don't fit those 5 categories, you don't get it made. Like, I mean, like, you go to the movie, like, well, back when, you know, movies were a thing.
I remember those days.
Yeah, right. You go to the movie, you see all the clips that they had of like all the upcoming movies, and you knew that at the end of it, like, whoa, okay, man, okay, Chris Rock is a detective. Like, I wonder what movie series this is going to be tied to. Oh, they redoing Saw. You know, like,
I don't want to hear. Look, you want to hear my impression of Chris Rock and Saw?
Oh, go ahead.
You mean to tell me that Jigsaw's still alive? They still playing games? A little fucking clown on the tricycle.
So it's like everything has to be tied to something else, because like when you watch, like I said, it's got to be based on something else. It's not a lot of original movies that come out.
It's not, and it sucks too, because like I consider myself a creative person.
Yeah.
And I consider you a creative. So like I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, like we should write a fucking script of something original.
Man.
Something that doesn't have Kevin Hart in it.
I know Kevin Hart. Hey, if you want to do our script,
I mean, I'm just saying, Kev. Like,
you know what I'm
look,
saying? Like,
hey, okay.
Like
Kevin Hart.
you're
Okay,
completely welcome. Okay.
Kevin, I'm sorry.
It's like shoot, if we could get him and bring your friend The Rock. Okay?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see another Kevin Hart and Rock movie.
Unless it's our movie.
Yeah, unless it's our movie, then
Okay.
we'll fucking do it. Like Hart and Johnson. But man, I think today was like the fucking greatest. Like I feel like that we fucking got on here and talked our shit.
Yeah.
And laugh, and it was great, man. I appreciate you coming out. Like I say, man, I'm glad to have you aboard.
Thank you. I'm glad to be aboard.
Man, I'm ready to keep this shit going and fucking just keep it rolling, and hopefully we can get paid from this shit and we can quit our jobs and then I can smoke weed because I won't have to take a drug test. So, but I'm Rod Givens.
I'm Carveth Rawlins.
This is the re-education of Rod Givens, and we will see y'all Sunday. Peace out.
Deuce.